New Yorkers can't cook soul food. Hell, people in Jersey can't cook the shit either. Anytime I gotta
So this young man says that New Yorkers can't cook soul food. And listen, I partially agree with this statement. Soul food restaurants in New York can barely cook soul food, and I'm gonna tell you why. You probably would have a better chance getting a good plate of soul food probably from a Black American friend in New York. Their kitchen. That's where the good soul food is. Somebody's house. You're not gonna find it in many soul food restaurants here in New York. And I'm about to tell you why. Well, first off, the last time I had some finger licking good, I mean, out of body experience type of soul food probably was like in the late 90s, early 2000s, maybe the mid 2000s, and that's pushing it. That was like the end. The mid 2000s is probably the end era of like really extremely good soul food in New York. Okay. Harlem was like the mecca. Whenever you wanted good soul food, you went to Harlem. Now, there's probably only three good soul food restaurants in Harlem. Okay. Number one, a lot of the original owners of the soul food restaurants in Harlem, they got pushed out, they had to close their business, or they died. A lot of these individuals, they retired, they sold their property, they moved back down south. All right. A lot of our ancestors, a lot of our grandparents and great grandparents came from down south. So New Yorkers is kind of like a place where they migrated. Like my family is from North Carolina. So a lot of people assume that New Yorkers don't know how to cook soul food and we don't know the recipes. We do. It got passed down through our bloodline, okay? For those of us who are ethnically Black American, okay? Another thing is that when these owners, the original owners of the soul food restaurant, when they died out or they moved, the relatives that took over the business, their children, their grandchildren, their relatives, they did not stick to Big Mama's recipe or Grandpa's recipe. They did not stick to the recipe. So you can taste it in the food that they didn't stick to the recipe. Another thing, soul food is spiritual. You have to cook it with soul. You have to cook it with time. You have to cook it with intention. You have to cook it with passion, with love. You can't just slop soul food together. Another reason why the soul food in New York is nasty is because Black Americans ain't cooking it. They're not hiring Black Americans to cook the food in the back. The cooks, the chefs are not Black American. If you did not grow up eating this cuisine, you're not going to put your love and care in the recipes to make sure it tastes good. Another reason why the soul food in New York is nasty is because people care about profit and they don't care about the love and the soul of giving it to their customers properly. I've gone to some soul food restaurants. Why do you have canned yams? Why am I eating canned yams? Why am I eating canned collard greens? Are y'all crazy? They're not using fresh ingredients, so it's nasty. We don't use canned goods to make soul food. You use fresh vegetables and ingredients. What the hell is going on? Another thing I'm noticing is why are people who are not Black American, they're part of the other part of the diaspora, why do you own a soul food restaurant? We can taste it in the food that you're not Black American. You think you're mimicking our recipe, you're mimicking our culture, but we can taste a difference in it. You're not from America. That's not your lineage. So why do you own a soul food restaurant in Harlem? Why? Or any part of New York? That's the reason why soul food in New York is nasty as hell. Whenever I want some good soul food, the closest I'm going to get is Sylvia's in Harlem. That's it. There's a couple of other spots in New York. Maybe some people like Amy's, some people like Melba's, some people like Jacob's. Not my thing. I go to Sylvia's. But that's the reason why. They're not sticking to the recipe. They're not using fresh ingredients. They're all for profit. And the truth is, a lot of Black Americans are not even cooking the food. So it's not even soul food. It's a replica of soul food. That's why it's nasty. So whenever I am craving authentic soul food, I have to cook it at home. So Black Americans, you're going to have to share with your friends who's from the South and they missing home, or from other people in the diaspora who want authentic soul food. Let your Black Americans cook it, please.